What's up everyone, Jonas here for Thomann Synthesizers. So in today's video we will have a look at the return of a 40-year-old legend. I'm speaking about the Oberheim OBX-8. This video will focus on sound designing controls and features which are really interesting on the OBX-8 in my opinion, and rather not about the presets. But I have to say the presets are really interesting because it's a combination of the original presets of the OBX, OBXa and OB8. So if you're curious how they sound like, then please go ahead and check out the video we made when we visited Oberheim at this year's Super Booth. Alright, without further ado, let's jump right in and let's check out the OBX-8, which is a quite large piece of a synthesizer, I would say. Perhaps the biggest synthesizer I ever had inside my studio. But the large size of the OBX-8 is not only referring to the legendary models like the OB8, it's moreover giving plenty of space to make everything really organized, easy to reach and structured, in my opinion. So what makes the OBX-8 special? So basically you get a modular Oberheim synthesizer with parts of the OB8, OBX and OBXa, and you can connect them and repatch everything the way you like by the different parts of the different synthesizers. So with the oscillators you get the sound pulse from the OB8, I think, and for the filter you have 3 accessible different types of filters, but actually there's a 4th one by the hidden menus or hidden parameters. So same as for the envelopes, because there are 2 different types of envelope, and I'm speaking about the volume envelope and the filter envelope. I'm speaking actually about different kind of envelope settings you can choose in between in the hidden featured menu on page 2. Let's create a pad from scratch. So first off, let's create a little slower attack for this one, a little bit more release and sustain. So right now we have the saw wave. Let's maybe add a pulse wave on the first oscillator and just a pulse wave on the second oscillator. And let's add the second oscillator to the filter. Alright, so let's now check out the control section, because here is an encoder called Vintage, and I assume that it's going to be a little like oscillator slop, or emulating the behavior of vintage synthesizers, of like kind of flattering and not being able to have like one stable note, so make it more like, let's say, organic, and add a little tiny bit of mistakes to it, let's say. So let's increase the vintage. And here we have the buttons for velocity, and which is really interesting and makes the OBX-8 really unique is the aftertouch setting. So we can set the velocity to the filter and the volume, and the aftertouch to the filter and modulation. So let's add a velocity to the filter. And as harder we press, we can open the filter more. And same is for aftertouch. So like now I'm just holding it, and if I press a little harder, you see the aftertouch is coming, and we can really play with the filter. There we go. Up next we have the modulation section with one LFO and two destinations, or like two different destination areas. So let's add a little bit of filter, because when we added on the oscillator it's just about detuning. And I think that's a little bit much maybe, so let's go for the filter instead. So like a little wobble. What I really like is detuning oscillators apart from each other. So here we have the control over the second oscillator detuning. I guess somewhere here should be, I guess, a fifth. Let's check out now the features I really enjoyed about the OBX-8, the split mode and double mode. So when we use the split mode, then we're able to split the synthesizer in two halves. So playing on the lower keys one patch, on the upper keys we can play a second patch. So for the lower one, let's choose a patch I've made yesterday. A really dark bass line, where you can see the low end. And on the upper one, let's choose a pad I've made. Besides the split mode, there is also called a double mode, and by using this mode you can play two patches at the same time, and this time the keys are not splitted. So when you press one note you will have two patches at the same time basically. By using the double mode we have the chance to give a patch more character, because we can play it twice, and if we change just a little bit in each patch, then we can make it really lively and rich. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and that you are equally excited as me now about the release of the OBX-8. So I'm going to jam it a little bit now with this big boy. So if you want, stay tuned, and if not, thanks for watching and see you next time.